Big ups to our sponsors, Itopia Life Herbals, where cannabis and culture combined for a one-of-a-kind experience. Visit them at 10A West Kings House Road, just across from Canadian Embassy. Also follow them on IG at Itopia Life or their webpage at itopialife.com for the latest info on strains and merch. We'll also have to big up
Lulu's Holistics. Follow them on Instagram at Lulu's Holistics, and you can also check them out at www.lulusholistics.com. And of course, guys, you can use our code THEFIX to get 10% off your next purchase. That's THEFIX, our code, to get 10% off your next purchase.
Big up J Alt Business Solutions. Get your high-end phones and electronics from J Alt Business. Stop laughing, Javi. Good customer service, unbeatable deals, quality products. Follow them and get 5% off your first purchase. Big up J Alt Business Solutions. Go follow them on Instagram, by the way. This podcast is also brought to you by
Lothian's Boutique. Follow them on Instagram at Lothian's Boutique. You can follow Lothian's Boutique on Instagram at Lothian's Boutique, and you can use my code Ariane10 to get 10% off your next bundle purchase.
Big up Shark Barbers, and located at 9 Branchstraff Square for the sharpest of cuts. Shing. Go hit up Shark Barbers. Go follow Steve right there. Fix merch, people. Me have it on. Fix things. Go cop that at teespring.com.
/stores/
Fix JA. Girl Loxx in the building. Bless up.
Man.
So, we'll have a talk about your new projects on the way. First of all, the book. Before we get to that, Rebellious Truth Podcast.
See
Something that you've been promising the people for the past 2 years or so.
it.
The people that have been waiting,
Yeah, but they've
been wanting,
so far
but you've been giving them
in the meantime.
Them in the meantime, man. Just listen to me. You know what I mean? In the meantime, when I wait for this, when I wait for stir it up. Here is this thing.
So tell me what been going on with that.
Well, with the Rebellious Truth, I mean, you know, as I say, I pre-shoot them. You know what I mean? Me do it. That's it. Have the season complete and everything before me start really release them. That I want. Where it come to certain little, you know, things I never, you know, like expect in terms of the whole up with the book. Because that's what I say with the Rebellious Truth is based on the book. It's based on the subject matter within the book. So it's like, you know what I mean? So it kind of hinged on the release of the book.
Okay.
So here we go. In a few weeks.
So
Finally.
Yeah.
because the book is going to be released, where we're shooting this on Monday, but it's going to be released tomorrow, January 12th,
Yes.
and your late son's birthday.
Definitely.
So it's just in the honor of him, I'm assuming.
Yeah, man.
So why you choose to honor him in this way with a book?
I mean, there is so much where I did not understand about myself. You know what I mean? There was so much after his death, his passing, that I realized that I did not understand. I never had a clue about who I was. That it was like I liken my life pre-Zion's death to living as somebody totally, completely different, living as a stranger. All my life as an actor. Somebody who had no clue what a clue was. If that make any sense. You understand? And it was his death, however tragic, that woke me up, that brought me to this realization that I was on this psychological treadmill, this economic plantation, I was a part of this slavery. That I was a slave. You know what I mean? Psychologically tied or shackled to other people's opinion. You understand? And it was, however unfortunate, let me mix it with fortunate. It was the shock of his passing that caused me to reach a part in my consciousness where I no longer cared how I was perceived. Such a stage of grief where nothing mattered. There was nothing at all to me where matter in the whole world. And I became still, because now nothing mattered. You know, me never had me have that place. If I go, I have to do this, I have to make this look that way. All of that done. Because me didn't have such a grief. I never really care. Me just stay so. And I got quiet. And I realized like everything, all the knowledge, everything I acquired during the course of my life is like, there was like pieces of a jigsaw puzzle that would just finally start come together. And all I needed to do was just sit still. I realized that I never used to be still. I used to be a people pleaser. I used to be somebody who, that one they're the greatest. I'm gonna show you I'm greater. I'm happy. I'm happy. I stopped having to happy. If that make any sense. And it was when me stop having to happy, then everything just became clear.
Do you think being a part of dancehall during a certain period of time contributed to you feeling them way they say I have to prove say this, I have to prove say that and all them things?
Of course. I mean, dancehall is a part of the model. Where dancehall come from? The ghetto. And who them exploit and use them thinking against to keep this economic plantation going the most. The poorer class. Poor thoughts, anger, resentment. So we can never come together and properly heal and therefore rise and take the reins of power that we need for take. It's a game. The whole entire system is a game. And if you keep all of the people away from one another without them gelling and coming together spiritually, come find out what is really going on. If you make them think a person is the enemy, that one day over this or this, that one day over this or that, and that one day me are the greater one, and fight and just stay so. Because we have a system built on this spirit of competition and not cooperation. And therefore, all of everything that we've learned from we born is something that gives us the natural reflex, the impulse to compete with everything and everyone, no matter what we tell ourselves. We approach everything with competition. Even the very relationship we're supposed to lift we up. Because of the way we think, we end up in our own relationship, marital and otherwise, a fight. For who are the better one? For who are the good one? For who are the one we are the nice one in this. And nobody now look across, them look down. And we design things to make sure it stay that way there. For people we're supposed to love and people are supposed to love we. Because our nature, based upon our thoughts and our beliefs, becomes something where we are natural competitors. Again, with everyone. Not just the little one day and the one day over there. So until we realize it, until we own it, we can't change it. We just guess. We can't just reality our wishes. We can't just reality is like a fairy tale. A far cry from who we really are. Spiritually. Far cry. Me don't like telling you say, no special and you are the nice. Not no go so. You see all of them emotions they were mixed up in our no, and thus they all bout in our no drive on a crazy face them and fix them and organize them. You see that conscious thing the way you think about yourself like you are nice. You only good a lie, man. You're not only good. We all struggle with this good or evil. And we don't know how to balance and utilize these energies within our consciousness. And that's why our lives so unhappy. Because we spend our entire life to try to be the good one. We are not the good one. At this point in my life, I just made it. So
was it like an instant thing where you realized after the passing of your son, like it instantly connected to you that you were living a pretentious life? Or it's like over time?
Over time. Because there's nobody that don't know the truth. And we're all connected to the same grid of consciousness. I say that all the time. So there were always times when I knew that this is futile. Everybody out there have this assumption and this. Then how this supposed to be so good and yet still may have these thoughts, these struggles with what is considered weakness. How me I go through them type of. Me didn't know, man. There is times when they come to me and then like the average person, what me that normally do, just get distracted by the trophy.
You think it's because we know, but because what we know then didn't align with what we wanted? So
Yes,
the hard truth of what we know and what we should be doing, it never really aligned with what we really wanted.
Good, because everything what we believe, like I say from birth, is it's set up in a structure or a system where we believe what everybody else believe. And to believe the truth will come to you in silence is to be the odd one out. No one wants to be the odd one out, the one that is away from the group. We were not socialized that way. We were socialized to be validated by others. You understand? So if me are great, that's somebody have to tell me. This are the thing. All right, me have to do this too. Like everybody else. You know why most people are idiot?
Are they?
Yeah, man. You know why my answer? You know why most people are idiot?
Why are most people
Because most people are idiot.
answer itself.
Yeah. Everybody a follow.
You can't out-idiot me. You mad? Even if me know that this is the most sensible thing to do, and nobody else not do it, the average person will not do it.
That's why here people are praise dunceness and all, and like it's
Anything
like a
when
badge
anybody
of
a do,
honor now to be
you
dunce,
cannot
the
get
term
validated
dunce.
for that, and me not do it too. And this is the scheme, this is the model where them use and keep the plantation running. As I say, we tie on to the opinion of everybody else. So anybody if it truly grow up and escape the plantation, I go lonely.
And we don't
And we
want
socialize
to be lonely.
for fear that loneliness.
Yeah, because that's a part of the hierarchy. and
So
it's
the escape from
belong.
slavery is growing up. It is to spiritually mature, to know when you've had enough and to have the courage to be still. And just know so the person that cannot get the glory, then not shine the other moment, they not have to get it. Them hook up on the clap. I have a song to mommy. Oh, yeah, said that one you sound good. Me sound good to do, mommy. That's how we are dealing with society.
You can't sing.
You understand? That's how we still.
But you mean to me, and then you're gonna say you mean, mom. You're not a
Yeah.
good mom.
If what?
Because you tell me something can't sing, you're not a good
You
mom.
see, that's the problem. That's the problem. We can't avoid the truth, you know. The sooner we face truth and deal with it, you know what make life so hard? People avoiding the truth, you know.
Yep.
Like, okay, you want on a doctor, and your mother did say, well, more than one is a doctor. Every mother, 90% of them want it on a doctor. You want on a mechanic. And your father, your mother say, Ray, and you secretly behind them back have 110 somewhere with 2 of your bridge in them, and you set up some car and do it, and them don't know. You see, if you did just face that, your mother and father will get over that, you know. There is nowhere else we go but get over it, you know.
Yeah.
But you spend 20 years hide. And the longer you take to confront a situation, the worse it get. To confront a situation and set boundaries.
Yeah.
There's a lot of we don't understand what boundaries are. We just get these emotions and these impulses and drop in our situation and not try to figure them out. And we just put something on it. This good, this bad, this is up, this is down. Lie. Lie. There is no organization of the impulses. Everything about it is good. It's well. It is no. We don't understand it. We don't understand none of these impulses because we are trying to see them as one particular thing or the other. And we lean to one extreme more than the other and them end up a certain way. So we say, there, see, it's bad. No, no, so. We just no balance.
I wanted to ask because I mean you're making really good points and you're enlightened, and as Jabi asks, that is after Zion's death that you were able to be still and for it to all connect. As in you wrote it in honor of him. Is it because that you think that no, would you be able to tell him or teach him these things if he was alive, or is it because in his passing you're able to figure it all now and said this is what I would want him to know if he was alive?
I mean, if there was another event that shocked me into this kind of reality, then sure. But unfortunately, his passing was the event that it took. The connection that I had with my son, his passing was the event that it took to say, sit down. You know what I mean? You know, when me know, when me step in at the mark there.
So this is like to honor other. This is to honor Zion, to teach other Zions out there living that this is the truth of the word. At least how I see it.
I remember tell you when me realize it's when me look on him, lie down there, so. And I say, coming up to this point in my life, there, you know, all of them can't ramp with me and reputation and come from this and me tough and what was it for if I couldn't say get up? Come home with me, dog. You know what I mean? What was it for if me can't even do me a favor, anyone on it right now? Go the 3rd of March 1999 and tell me what you do exactly that day. Tell me everything. Give me a detailed report.
The 3rd of March.
I
Which
probably
month?
in
1999.
school. I probably in
1999.
school. Yeah.
Give me a detailed report for the day.
Oh,
What you
but
do?
can't wake up
Can't,
6 o'clock.
You can't remember?
Catch the bus.
Nope.
Yeah, but we spend our life seeing these important things. We're going to dead if we not do it. And now we reach a point, we can't remember them. So how them so important? Important not to ignore some calls. Somebody a call you say this is too important. We can't deal with it now. And you put so much into it. And you can't remember it now. However unfortunate his passing was, I believe in no one truly goes. You know, we socialize to think about the flesh as the end. It is past and he's gone. No, as long as I can remember him, as long as I fight in his name, as long as I impart to the world what his passing inspired me to do, then I would have done my duty to him as a father, regardless of him not being here physically.
Look what you have done, creating mass destruction, forcing poisons into slums. She weeps, help me, Jaja.
Hot girl from birth, independent girl walk out, top notch from birth. What the hell them talking about? Anything me put on that fit me. Some girl them a real really winky.
Pussy wet there for the beating, don't get addicted now. Might sound like a joke thing, ready for rub out my knee on the carpet. No long talk to make us start it. You have to run with my knee, so take my 2 leg and party.
That's how we give me the bend over. Top my bumper from the written. Crashed your over lying on my hands. I'm solar ascend. Pimp my pussy make the cocky extend. Yeah.